Hi everyone, it's Lindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to confess something to you guys. I did it. I really did it. What did I do, you might ask? Yep, I went ahead and I pre-registered for eBay managed payments. So lately there has been a lot of talk about managed payments, mostly because eBay has been incessantly notifying us that it is now time to register our eBay accounts so that we can be enrolled in eBay managed payments. And because eBay has been just so relentless in their pursuit to get all of us sellers to go ahead and register for managed payments, that has led to a lot of people talking about what will happen when that changeover comes. Now, I had posted a video all about the eBay Managed Payments beta program that they were enrolling a handful of sellers into almost 2 years ago. And I will go ahead and link that video up here if you missed it. It's really old, so the chance that you missed it is very, very high. But I have noticed a lot of people are finding that video now just because they are looking for information on the eBay managed payment system. But because that video was done almost 2 years ago, a lot of that information is outdated. So I wanted to go ahead and do another video about managed payments, trying to answer a lot of the questions I know a lot of you have and have a lot more up-to-date, detailed answers for you. Because 2 years ago, when that beta rolled out, there was a lot more restriction and limitation on the sellers that opted into managed payments beta. And so because a lot of information has now changed, a lot of those concerns for the beta sellers is irrelevant when we're talking about now. Firstly, because this registration prompt that sellers are getting now is not just to sign up for a beta, try it out kind of system. It is happening. It is happening. There is no more beta anymore. All sellers are going to have to transition into the eBay managed payment system. It doesn't matter if you want to say yes or no, it is going to happen. But over the course of the last 2 years, eBay has been fine-tuning its managed payments program in order to better adapt to what the sellers need now. For instance, back with the beta, you were unable to use the eBay Global Shipping Program. Well, now it appears as though eBay Global Shipping Program is perfectly intertwined with the managed payment system, so there's no hiccup there. Also, a big problem that sellers were having was the idea that a buyer could no longer use PayPal to pay for their merchandise. This was a big concern for sellers because we feel like so many buyers have grown accustomed to using PayPal on the eBay site, and then suddenly, if they are unable to use their PayPal account to buy from you, they might just move on to another seller that still allows them to use PayPal. Also, there was a lot of horror stories that we were hearing about sellers dealing with managed payments and having their deposits take a little bit too long, having the checkout process for some buyers not follow through. It was turning into a little bit of a nightmare for sellers, which was one of the reasons why I put out that video almost 2 years ago, because I wanted to educate my viewers to think long and hard before opting into the beta program, because honestly, a beta of anything is almost like volunteering to be a guinea pig, which means if anything goes wrong with the program, you as the guinea pig are going to have to discover it so that eBay can fix it. But the bright side is now so much time has gone by, a lot of these hiccups and problems have been fixed, and eBay is now ready to roll out managed payments for all of the sellers across the site. So this notification that everybody is getting is that you have to register by July 15th. Now, something else that I wanted to make sure to point out is just because you register now does not mean that managed payments is going to take effect immediately. When you register, you are essentially being put on a wait list because eBay is going to start enrolling all of its sellers in managed payments at the end of July and continue through the end of the year. So just because you register for managed payments today does not mean that suddenly everything is going to change overnight. What happens is you register, you make sure that all of your business or personal information is correct, you link up a bank account, and that's it. eBay is going to notify you before you are officially enrolled in managed payments, and until then, everything stays the exact same. And now I know that a lot of us don't like change. We have grown accustomed to running our business in a very specific way for a very long time. I mean, come on, PayPal and eBay have been one and the same almost since the beginning of eBay. There's always been this idea of having your PayPal account linked to your eBay account. You have money transferred into PayPal, and then you use that to pay for eBay, or you transfer to your bank account, vice versa. That's the way it has always been. And I know that we're all resistant to change, especially when it comes to money. We like our routines, and we like to know that our money is safe. And the idea of suddenly the entire billing situation changing and having there be potential issues with receiving funds, that's very scary for any business owner. And while it might not be very comforting to hear, I will say that sometimes you cannot resist change. If you want to continue to sell on the eBay platform, you are going to have to roll with the changes that eBay enacts. We see this consistently every single time eBay decides that they want to do a seller update, and usually that happens in the spring and the fall, and recently they have started making changes in the summer as well. So if you've been a seller on the eBay platform for a while now, you should be used to changes. This is just, however, the biggest change that affects our money, which is a little bit more scary and intimidating. So let me tell you guys some of the good things that I see happening with this eBay managed payments. I know that a lot of us want to focus on the potential bad things that could happen. I know that a lot of people feel like moving into eBay managed payments could potentially ruin our business because if there's a hiccup, your money is everything, right? You need your money in order to operate your business. So if something in eBay managed payments goes bad, that has the potential to ruin sellers. So while I know a lot of us automatically start thinking of all the bad things that could happen, I want to take a minute just to let you guys know some of the good things that I could see happening. The first one being, we don't have to worry about huge invoices popping up once a month. The monetary disbursement schedule looks to be very, very similar to the platforms like Poshmark, Mercari, or Amazon. eBay is going to take all of their fees right off the top and then deposit whatever is left in your bank account. That's going to mean that you don't have to worry about having a huge bill come due when it comes to your store subscription, your insertion fees, any shipping labels, or final value fees. All your fees will be taken out right at the top, and whatever is deposited into your account is yours to keep. You don't have to worry about paying a bill to eBay at the end of the month. Something else that could have a really positive impact with eBay managed payments is the buyer's ability to instantly pay when a best offer is accepted. So one of the pain points that we have as sellers and offering best offer to our buyers is if we do happen to accept a best offer, or if that buyer accepts our offer that we sent them in the new offer to watchers feature, then the buyer can always not pay, which is extremely frustrating as the seller. Am I right? You give a buyer a really good deal, and then when it comes time to pay, they drag their feet and take forever, or they might not pay at all. You have to go through the entire hassle of opening up an unpaid item case just to wait another 4 days to find out that they're never gonna pay so that you can finally relist your item. It's extremely frustrating. But the reason why this is a hard thing for eBay to get a handle on is because there is a third-party payment processor. But if eBay is taking full control of the payment processing, then that means they can deduct the amount from the buyer as soon as that offer is accepted. Now, I have not seen it confirmed that it is ready to go as of yet, so I cannot say, oh yeah, as soon as you enroll in managed payments, the buyer will automatically pay as soon as a best offer is accepted. I don't think that that is the case, but eBay managed payments is a step in the right direction if that is something that you're hoping to see in the future. Another beneficial thing that I see with eBay managed payments is the fact that you will actually be paying less money in transaction fees. So now some people did not look at the little clickable link that eBay had on the page where you go to register, but it's actually a link that shows you the new fees that you will see with eBay managed payments. And that includes an increase in the final value fee that you pay on eBay. However, at first glance, you might think that it's ridiculous to see a final value fee go from 9.15% to 11.5% in almost every single category. A little over 2% increase in your final value fees. I know at first glance that can be really infuriating. However, you will still be saving money on fees even though they raise that final value fee percentage. And this is why. So if you're enrolling in eBay managed payments, the final value fee increases. However, you do not have to pay the initial 2.9% plus a 30-cent charge per transaction like you do with PayPal. With eBay managed payments, you are only expected to pay for the final value fee plus 30 cents for every transaction. So when all is said and done, you are actually paying less with eBay managed payments than you are with PayPal. And I ran several different figures and did the math just to see if there was any price point where it wasn't really beneficial. You know, sometimes depending on the sale amount, you could break even, or eBay could potentially be more than PayPal because of the higher percentage. There's always this possibility that if you're factoring in percentages plus a transaction fee, that depending on the dollar amount, you could be paying more or you could be paying less. So I actually went in myself with a calculator and I decided to run the fee projection for several different sale amounts to see if there was a threshold of a sale amount where you would actually be paying more than you're paying now, and we're just thinking we're gonna be paying less. But in the 4 cost projections that I did, eBay won every time. And I'll share those with you right now if you're curious. So the first one that I looked at was a $50 sale. As it stands right now, and yes, I have to look off my precious paper and pen because I can't do this kind of math in my head. What do you think I am, a genius? As it stands right now, with a $50 sale, you would be paying $1.75 towards PayPal and $4.58 to eBay if you have a store subscription and you're paying 9.15% in final value fees. So with a $50 sale, that leaves you with $43.67 after both platform fees. But with the new eBay managed payments, when you're paying 11.5% plus a 30-cent transaction fee, you have $43.95 left over. So in this case, eBay is saving you 28 cents in fees. So with a $20 sale, you would be paying 88 cents to PayPal and $1.83 to eBay if you're paying a 9.15% final value fee. That leaves $17.29 in your pocket after platform fees. But with eBay managed payments, the 11.5% plus 30-cent transaction fee comes out to $17.40 left, which means managed payments is saving you 11 cents in fees. And then the last 2 examples that I have were actually the ones that surprised me the most, because usually if you sell something for a very low dollar amount, you end up paying a higher percentage in fees just because of those individual transaction fees. Because 30 cents off of a $10 sale versus 30 cents off of a $50 sale ends up being a little bit higher of a percentage if you have a low dollar sale item. So if you're selling a $10 item, you would be looking at 59 cents to PayPal and 92 cents to eBay, leaving you $8.49 after all fees. But with the eBay managed payments, you would be looking at a leftover of $8.55, which means that even on a $10 sale, eBay is still saving you 6 cents in fees. And then the one that surprised me the most was a $5 sale. And yes, I figured a $5 sale because there are a lot of sellers out there with a $5 price point and free shipping. It's usually something very small and lightweight, ships very, very cheaply. But then a lot of the times, those are the sellers that end up paying more because of those individual transaction fees. However, with a $5 sale, you would be paying 45 cents to PayPal, 46 cents to eBay, leaving $4.09 in your pocket after fees. But with the eBay managed payment system, even when paying a higher percentage final value fee and still that 30-cent transaction fee, you would be having $4.13 left in your pocket, meaning that even on a $5 sale, eBay is still saving you 4 cents in fees for every transaction. And a lot of you might be thinking, woo, 4 cents. I'm not gonna, get excited about 4 cents. But you have to think about volume and sales over time. Even saving 4 cents per transaction can add up. If you have 100 transactions in a 1 month period, that's $4. So that's $4 savings in 1 month with only 100 transactions. That means you're actually saving $48 a year. $48 a year will buy you 500 small bubble mailers to ship your products. $48 will buy you 2,000 sticky labels to do your shipping on. So don't think about it as only being 4 cents. Think about how much it can add up over the course of the year, and it's money back in your pocket to help you out as a seller. Now let's talk about how you're supposed to get your money from eBay. So once you're enrolled in eBay Managed Payments, you will get to opt into whether or not you get daily deposits or weekly deposits into your bank account. And it will all be automatic. It won't be like PayPal where you have to manually commit a transfer into your bank account. eBay will just automatically do either daily or weekly deposits depending on whatever you opt into. The only thing that I'm really uncertain of right now is how exactly the shipping labels are going to work now. In theory, in the long term, what is supposed to happen is that nothing is going to change. You will still print your shipping labels through eBay as you do already. If you print your shipping labels through eBay, which if you're not, you should be, because printing your labels on eBay definitely saves you money. If you go to the post office to ship your packages, you are 100% of the time paying more. But in theory, nothing is supposed to change. If you print your labels through eBay, you'll continue to print your labels through eBay, and the price of the label should be coming right off the top of the money sitting in your managed payments account on eBay. But right now, it is my understanding from other sellers that have managed payments today that is not the case. Because right now it appears as though shipping labels are still being processed through PayPal, meaning that the sellers that have managed payments today are receiving their deposits into their bank account. However, they are still having to pay for their shipping labels with either PayPal or their bank account. So when exactly that transition with the shipping labels takes 100% effect, I do not know. I would hope and suspect that as soon as they start rolling out all of the sellers on the platform into managed payments, which is exactly what we're registering for right now, because this is not a beta program. It's all sellers having to do it as of the end of July. I would hope that that gap that is in that bridge when it comes to PayPal shipping labels and eBay managed payments, I would hope that that gap is going to be closed by the end of July. But I don't have an answer to that. I can only hope. So we'll just have to cross that bridge when we get to it. Another question that I know a lot of you have is how exactly PayPal working capital payments are supposed to be made when it comes to eBay managed payments. And this is something I actually called PayPal to ask myself because I wanted to have an answer for you guys. So if you don't know what PayPal working capital is, it is a business loan that PayPal gives eBay sellers. They allow you to borrow a percentage of your total sales for the last year, and then what happens is they just automatically take a percentage from every single sale and deposit that comes into your PayPal account for payment of your loan. But people that have working capital loans now, if payments stop coming into the PayPal account, how are you supposed to pay back your working capital loan? And I suspected that the answer to this question was going to be very, very simple, and I was correct. You will just have to make payments manually on PayPal. So I think a lot of people are under the impression that the only way to make payments for the PayPal working capital loan is through the automatic process of sales coming into your PayPal account. But PayPal did notify me that there is a section where you can go in and make a one-time payment onto your PayPal working capital loan. So you would just be required to make payments at a minimum of the 10% of your loan amount every 90 days. So if you're still paying on a PayPal working capital loan and you start eBay managed payments, you will just have to go pay your bill just like you would with any other payment. It won't be automatic. And then the last concern that I know people have that I wanted to make sure to address is another gap in that bridge to when you receive your payments from eBay versus when shipping labels need to be processed. That's a concern I know that I had when I was communicating with eBay representatives about the managed payments beta program. And I know that it's a concern that a lot of people still have today, because here's the thing. When a payment gets processed in eBay, it takes 2 to 3 days for eBay to process those payments, get them deposited into your bank account, and your bank to actually finalize that deposit. So if a buyer buys something on Monday and it's going to take 3 days to get access to those funds in your bank account, how are you supposed to ship that item within 24 hours if you have a 1-day handling time? And for that, I really don't have an answer. My advice would be to be as prepared as possible as a seller and just make sure to have a buffer in your account to make sure that you can pay for any and all shipping labels every single day, not relying on those sales to be deposited into your bank account so that you can buy those labels. And I know that that's not a very fun thing to think about. You don't like to have to think about taking funds from other transactions to use them for transactions now just because you don't have access to that money. However, it is a proper business practice to always make sure that you have a buffer in your bank account and you're not running extremely close to a $0 balance. That's the best way to make sure your business is going to stay afloat. Always have a buffer. Even in my PayPal account, I always make sure to have a buffer of around $500 just in case something happens. I want to make sure that I have a few days worth of funds in there to either refund buyers or buy shipping labels if something happens to one of my accounts. It's just a responsible business practice to have a buffer in your account to account for those times you might have billing issues. But I strongly suspect that that gap that I talked about before when it comes to printing shipping labels with eBay managed payments, I fully expect that gap in that bridge to be filled when everyone is starting to be rolled into managed payments at the end of July. And if that's the case, then shipping labels are going to be taken directly out of your eBay account. You won't even have to worry about it being deposited into a bank account in order to pay for those shipping labels. So this entire worry is probably going to be moot. And if it's still a problem at the end of July when we all start getting enrolled in managed payments, you can come back to this video and leave me a nasty comment. Let me know I was wrong. I won't be mad at you. I can't always be right. But all right, you guys, let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of the new eBay managed payments? Are you currently enrolled in managed payments? If you are, let me know in the comments how it has been going for you. I know a lot of people have said that they actually really like managed payments. They're really happy that they switched over, that it's a lot easier not having to, have a middleman like PayPal for every single transaction. Also, if you are completely against managed payments, let me know down in the comments why. Why are you so against eBay managed payments? What are your concerns? If you leave those concerns down in the comments below, there's a good chance that I can find answers to your concerns. Also, if you like content like this, please do give this video a thumbs up. That lets me know that you like content like this. And please remember to share this video with anybody you think can find it helpful. Don't forget to check the video description for some useful links, and remember to subscribe if you are interested in seeing more content. Don't forget to ring the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. And thank you again so much for watching. I will see you guys with my next video. Bye-bye.